Well, okay. This has been interesting. I got a just a viral infection in my throat, and been sick for about a week, and maybe a little more, and now keep getting fevers, this and that, and the hardest part is that I'm really noticing how it's affecting my MS. Because this time, the fevers have gotten pretty high. And during times that the fevers have gotten high, it's really amazing because I can feel an instant difference in my nervous system. And, you're talking, you know, getting a fever of 103 the other day, and I could literally feel the tingling start in my fingers and my toes and start to work its way up, especially on my left side. And just progressively, I could feel each inch, inch by inch by inch by inch. And it was the strangest sensation, but, you know, I really had not had this issue too much before because it's been a long time since I've gotten, quite that sick. I've been sick for about a week and a half, and I thought I got better. I thought I was getting better. I got better for a few days, and then I did have a day where I accidentally went to Walmart and was carrying some bags outside to the car, and when I did, I felt this sudden like weakness in my left hand, and I was like, oh man, that's just it's just ridiculous. I really felt this sudden weakness, and I was like, okay, I gotta move these bags that are on my fingers before I drop them, and I set them down real quick. And then I got to the car, got everything situated, and the weakness on my left side just started worse and worse and worse and worse, and I started having a harder time thinking. Um, my thoughts just were not clear. It was like I could think things, and then just the thoughts just would not connect together correctly. It was just, again, like being drugged or something, and not even realizing it. But it was definitely a noticeable difference. And I was trying to drive home, which was only a few minutes away, and by the time I got home, stepping out of the car, um, I almost fell flat on my face because my left leg had given out on me, a large percentage, um, and then by the time I got inside, my left arm, uh, when I set it on my lap, I didn't move it for a minute, and then because it was hurting, the tingling of it was just hurting really bad, the pins and needles type thing, and and some sharp pains as well. But I didn't move it, and then when I went to try to move it, I was going to try to take some ibuprofen so that my fever that I was starting to get back would go down. And I had the pills in my left hand. I couldn't get them up to my mouth. I could not lift them. I got about to chest level and just could not lift my arm anymore. My hand would not move. My hand would not. I mean, it just would not do anything. It was just like my fingers were just absolutely useless. And me, I keep thinking, what's going to happen on the day that I lose? I mean, yes, that lasted for. I'm very lucky that it didn't last for longer than it did. Multiple hours, yes, but slowly the sensation did start coming back. Um, and I mean, I still feel the residual weakness on that side. The nerves like tingling very easily and things like that. I still notice that, but the dramatic effect, luckily, has eased off. But it's really hard to think what's going to happen one day when something like that happens when I'm with my kids. And I'm the only one with them, and I have all my kids with me, and suddenly something happens that I can't move something. I can't do what I need to do. Maybe, maybe I'm driving and all of a sudden I can't, you know, use something, and it really scares me. There are times it scares me as a parent to think, what is going to happen when that time comes. Because at this point, it's not a what if, it's when. Because it eventually will. And so she just had this magic 8 ball that was going to tell you when something was going to go wrong with it. Wishing MS had an 8 ball, that's give me my magic 8 ball, let me shake it up. But I'm starting to improve with my sickness right now, my virus. And yesterday I still had my fever of like 100 and it was over 102 yesterday. So it's just now getting better. Like I said, I got better for a few days and then it came right back. But I'm just, I don't know. I look at it and it's hard, and I want to, I want to know, especially from some women who have, that problem, who are, single parents and things of that sort, who find themselves alone with their children a lot, and how does the MS, how does it affect you when it comes to that? I've had problems recently doing small tasks. I mean, I've had to get real creative with things. I do have to get really creative with things sometimes because certain parts of me are just weak, or hurting really bad, or just can't coordinate, and it's really hard. Um, but I want to know from some people out there. I want to hear. Tell me your stories with that. Tell me, send me emails. Leave me a video response. Something like that. Let me know about your experiences with, with the problems around the children and things like that. Especially when I have one who's not even 2 yet. He'll be 2 in July. So I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and almost 2-year-old. And they're very rambunctious boys, and I just want to know what can I do at that point when that comes? What words of comfort do you have? I mean, they don't even have to be words of comfort. Something of reality, it's back in the face. That's fine. But I just need to know something. I need to know someone out there understands and that see it and my fear right now and what I fear the most. And so, if people want to respond, please do. Thank you very much.